So hello all and welcome, and in this video I would like to talk about the only freaks, only effinists do this silly, stupid, would you even call it a job? I mean, I guess technically it's a job. You're doing something and getting paid for it. So for some reason, women, and oftentimes women that are mothers and wives or wives, are doing this kind of spicy, hot content, thinking that nobody's going to find out, that there's going to be no consequences. Meanwhile, these people who either have a husband, kids, or both have a heck of a lot to lose. And I always ask myself, why aren't they thinking about the potential consequences of their actions? I mean, if they got a husband, do they ever stop to think about what it's going to do to him and his reputation at work, among his friends, among your neighbors, in your town, your fellow PTA members, whatever? Do these women ever stop to think about what it's going to do to their husband in the form of shame? And if they got kids, do they ever stop to think what's going to happen to these poor kids at school? Because, you know, despite what these people seem to think, the Only Freaks website, avocation, vocation, whatever you want to call it, isn't limited to people over 18 years old. People who are under 18, they can go on that site and check stuff out, you know, and it's not real hard to peruse it a little bit. And if you're making any decent money, I'm assuming you're going to show up on like the front page or something. Maybe this chick's making good money. I don't know. But regardless, a lot of people use this website. And I think a lot of it's because they want to know if people like in their town are doing it. It's like, oh, wow, there's that hot looking MILF that works at the local grocery store. I want to see if she's on Only Freaks. Oh, no, she's not. Oh, what about my friend Jimmy's mommy? She's super hot. Let's see if she's on Only Freaks. I think a lot of people are just perusing Only Freaks to find out if their friends' mommies or their, you know, friends' wives are on the site. I really do. I think a lot of people are checking to see if hot chicks in their area, in their town, are on that site. And a lot of times they are, but apparently that doesn't occur to these women. Apparently they didn't realize that, you know, being online, where just about anybody could find me if they just bother to look, and being online and getting naked, it could be a problem for me. It could be a problem for my husband and my kids, but no, it never occurs to these people. All they care about is the money, the short-term gain. They don't think about the long-term consequences. And we have yet another one of these type of people. Married Florida Only Freaks. Mom says her son has been bullied and banned from hockey. I bet there's more to the story than that. I'm pretty sure that the son wasn't banned from hockey just because his mom is on the Only Freaks website. I'm pretty sure there's more to the story than that. I don't think they can just ban you because your mom is into prawn, making spicy content for cashola. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Her son's been bullied and banned from hockey because she makes her living creating prano. Well, okay. Interesting. Sarah Cheek. Her last name is Cheek. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Revealed that she and her family have faced relentless harassment. How? Could you tell us what kind of harassment? What form is that harassment taking? People calling your house? Do you even have a landline? Do people have landlines anymore? I mean, maybe like really old people, but I think most people just have cell phones, right? Unless they're like 80. And that landline is like a legacy line because they've lived in that house since like 1965. And they just kept paying the phone bill. Not realizing they can get a cell phone, or they don't get a cell phone because, you know, they're so old that the technology is beyond even them. I don't know. But anyway, the harassment's due to the provocative content she shares online as a only freak star. Uh-huh. Yeah. One of the latest incidents occurred in October during their 9-year-old son Camden's hockey game at the Ellington Ice and Sports Complex. The Cheeks received an email from the complex's general manager informing them that Camden was no longer allowed to play hockey there. Okay. Did they say why? Did something else happen that then they were maybe able to use as a pretext? I wouldn't be surprised if they use that as a pretext to ban you, but I don't know that they can make that the, sole reason. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get into this story. A married Florida mom. You're a mom. What are you doing on Only Freaks? Revealed that her son had been bullied and banned. I mean, depending on where this is in America, if you're in a very conservative area, I guess I could see that happening. Like, a lot of the parents probably talking about your spicy content, and their kids hearing about it, and then going and looking you up online. From a hockey complex because she makes her living creating porno on the Only Freakola website. Sarah Blake Cheek. She's one of these people with the hyphenated last name. Uses her last name and then his. Sarah Blake Cheek, age 32, said that she and her family have faced harassment due to the X-rated content she shares online. What are you guys doing? Why are you giving this bro money? She's busted out, stretch marked, mom. There's got to be better looking broads out there. The mom of four. She's a mother of 4? Wow. Who makes 400? Okay, now I'm seeing why she's doing this. She makes $480,000 a year on Only Freakolas. Really? That's a lot of dough for a woman that has 4 kids. I've seen her pictures. She's okay, but once you start looking a little closer, once you start looking just a little closer, you can see the stretch marks and the cottage cheese. It's like, nah, not interested. Annually, how long has she been on there? By the way, I guess long enough to calculate that she makes $480K a year via the platform and has appeared on the cover of Playboy. Is that even a thing anymore? I thought Playboy was defunct. Says she has faced bizarre bullying from neighbors. What do you mean bizarre? Could you outline bizarre? No. Children's coaches and even the fire department due to her career in adult entertainment. Well, there's an answer to that. Don't do prawn. No! Everybody else, the whole world needs to change their standards to fit my life and lifestyle. Yeah. God forbid you change. No. I love the entitlement. Everybody else has to change to accommodate me. I don't have to change to accommodate the whole world. Good God. So the Florida community has relentlessly targeted the Only Freakola's model and her young family, Cheek alleges. Okay, so that was a fake, number one. Mom of 4, even if she hadn't breastfed, those are fake. So you guys are paying this broad $500,000 a year for fake tatas, okay? One of the latest incidents occurred in October. Yeah. At the Ellington Ice and Sports Complex where a violent altercation took place. See, I called it. Your son was not banned because you do Only Freakola's content. He was banned because he got into a violent altercation, probably because one of his friends or somebody on the other team, made fun of him for having a mommy that's on Only Freakola's. And so he started a fight. Now, did that give the, manager of the sports complex or whatever pretext to ban your son? Sure. But he couldn't have banned him otherwise. I knew it. See, you can't discriminate against people based on their job, even if it's sex work, if it's legal. You can't just like say, no, 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 your son's not allowed here because we don't approve of your job. I mean, she could sue for that. But your son gave them a pretty good pretext. He started a fight with somebody else, I'm guessing. Did they probably want to ban you before that? Sure. But they couldn't. Until your son gave them an excuse because he was standing up for his mom and defending her honor, something he wouldn't have had to have done if you weren't doing Only Freaks to begin with. So, there ain't no space between her thighs. This is not an athletic chick. Those thighs are rubbing together well down toward her knees. So there's chunky, nah. You might be saying, you're too picky. I don't find her to be particularly attractive. And look at all that makeup on that face. You know how thick that is, man? Come on. Her and her family faced harassment. Yeah, right. So there's her 4 kids. 1, 2, 3. Are they all boys? This one with the red hat on, I'm having a hard time telling because of the long hair. But I think they're all boys. Is the one with the lollipop a girl? That might be a girl. So maybe 3 boys and a girl? Wow. Well, why would you subject your kids to this kind of ridicule and embarrassment? It's not my fault. Society, feminist, my gender study courses that I took in college told me that I'm okay to do sex work. It's a job just like any other. And people need to get over their hang-ups and their pearl clutching. Yeah. No. No. One of the latest incidents, violent altercation, right? Notice they don't go into detail because they essentially want to cast her in the best light possible. They don't want you to know that it was her son that started the incident, and it wasn't because of her Only Freakola's account that her son got banned, but because the son was defending her. Yeah. Cheek has supported her family for the past 3 years. Oh, she's married. Look at this dude. Talk about it. I love the overcompensation. Look, he's got a beard. He doesn't even let it grow in. He doesn't even have a proper beard. Lazy cuck boy. What a loser. Hey, pal, do you understand that your wife doing prawn is prostitution, essentially? And you're okay with that? In fact, you're okay with letting your wife support you. Doing prawn. Cucking you out. So you go and grow all this facial hair and you try to look more manly with that giant beach of a forehead and wearing all that denim. Meanwhile, for all this performative crap with the denim and the pathetic beard, you're a cuck boy. Blue-pilled Cibola. Pathetic. Pathetic. Recalling the incident that, of course, they didn't go into detail on because they want to white knife for her, Matt said, our kid, Camden, got hit into the glass right in front of us. Doesn't that happen in hockey? I mean, I've watched hockey. People get hit into the glass all the time. What did he do in response to that, I wonder? Matt said the father of the child who hit Camden yelled, yeah, take that kid out. Oh, so? So what? Some parents are a little too into what their kids are doing. Some of them are, living vicariously through said kids. It happens. Nothing to get upset about. She started trouble. Ah, I see. Yeah. She turns around to him and says, seriously? A fight unfolded after she confronted nearby parents who were mocking her 10-year-old son. What kind of fight? I initially thought it was her son that got into it, but was it her husband? I see this happen all the time. Women start something and then the men have to finish it. So she started. The title was very misleading. They're like, oh, she got banned because she does porno. No, she got banned because she started a fight with another set of parents. That's why she got banned. It had nothing to do with porno. Lovely. I love how the mainstream media is just trying to push and push and push the idea that doing prawn, doing Only Freakolas is normal and it's okay. And we should just all stop being so uptight. Get over our hang-ups. Even though, only 0.1% of people actually make a decent amount of money. Like the top 1%, the other 99%, they don't make enough to buy a box of McNuggets at McDonald's and still be able to pay their rent, okay? So she confronted nearby parents. Why? I love the entitlement. I'm entitled to whatever the hell I want. Why would you confront other parents? You're a woman. I got my hubby here. Yeah, but your hubby is a cuck. Your hubby is a blue-pilled simp weakling. If he was a real man, he wouldn't be letting you do prawn. So they weren't mocking your 10-year-old son. What are you talking about? They were just telling their kid, get that kid. They were encouraging him. Nobody was mocking you or your son. In response, she turned to express her disbelief, which led to a confrontation that escalated into a threatening encounter. The man threatened to beat my effing cheeks. Wow, well, that guy is a wussy boy, too. I mean, living vicariously through his son playing hockey. Yeah, threatening to beat a woman. My kid gets slammed into the boards, and the parent behind me starts cheering that he's hurt. Is he, though? I mean, don't these kids wear padding and all that? What do you mean your kid was hurt? How do you know your kid was hurt? He got slammed into the glass. Isn't that a ubiquitous occurrence in hockey? I love it. This broad just exaggerates everything. Yeah. It's somebody else's fault. It's not my fault, and it's society's fault that my life sucks because I'm doing prano. Nothing wrong with doing prano. It's other people who have the problem. It's not my fault. And so, of course, as a mom, just like anybody would, I turned around and said, you can't be serious right now. Do they even... First of all, you didn't know these people, I'm guessing. And they didn't know you. So they didn't know that was your kid. I'm pretty sure that if they had known that was your kid that got smashed into the glass, they probably wouldn't have said anything. So, I mean, what's the big deal? What are you making a big deal out of it for? Why are you starting drama? Right, because you're a OnlyFans Thatola. And that's what you do. You start drama. And then that's where the whole thing started that involved us. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I guess somebody like this who does prawn and doesn't really take responsibility for the negative outcomes of doing prano would act this way because it doesn't seem like to date she's had to deal with much in the way of consequences until she was fully cooked, right? And she's not a bad-looking broad, and she's had 4 kids. Imagine what she looked like before that. Yeah. So she spent most of her 20s never having consequences, finds herself a good simpy dude, settles down, and this is probably the first time she's ever experienced any actual backlash to her bad behavior. And of course, she's not taking any responsibility. Not much of a waist. I'm sorry, she's too chunky for me. A fight unfolded. Oh, see, that's... What do you mean a fight? I doubt she was involved. The husband probably had to suffer the consequences. Everybody else has to suffer the consequences. Yeah. But now she's suffering some consequences and doesn't like it. Look at this simp. He's wearing a baseball cap inside. Wasn't he wearing a cap before? I guess he's going bald. Pathetic loser. If you were a real man, you wouldn't be wearing that cap. You would proudly display your cue ball head because you wouldn't give a crap. But of course, you're a wimp, you're a weakling, you're a simp. So, of course, everything is about hiding the truth, hiding from reality, which is what you're doing with your wife as well. 3 days later, the Cheeks received an email from the complex's general manager informing them that Camden was no longer allowed to play hockey there. They started the fight. So there was a fight. The husband had to get involved. She started the altercation. They probably had video footage. She's playing it down. The paper's playing it down, trying to portray her as a victim when she's really an instigator of the whole incident. And this whole story is based on a lie. And the family was banned. You don't get banned if you're defending yourself. You don't get banned unless you are the instigator, unless you started a violent altercation. But as usual, this article is white knighting for her because she is essentially participating in the worst kind of behavior, both doing prano and starting fights. So, of course, they have to come to her aid and reward her for pushing the degeneration of Western society and culture. Cheek has supported her family for the past 3 years using a platform called Only Freakolas, where users pay for generally explicit material from various creators. Users, you mean simps? Idiots? I do Only Freakolas, she told KSNT. And why are you I find this amusing. She's complaining about negative outcomes via the attention that she's gotten from doing Only Freaks. So what does she do in response? She goes on the local news and makes even more of a spectacle of herself. So she really doesn't have a problem with people knowing about her Only Freaks. She just has a problem with, I don't know. I don't think she has a problem at all. There's just some free publicity for her, right? And of course, she still doesn't care about the negative consequences that are imposed on her family. Because she believes she's in the right. It's this evil, patriarchal society that we live in that oppresses women and doesn't allow us to express ourselves sexually without shame and ridicule. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're complaining about being objectified all the time, and yet you objectify yourself. I'm a content creator. Oh, is that what you call yourself? I also do sports talk. Yeah, I'm sure people are tuning in to listen to what you have to say about football. I make predictions for a few of the sports networks, and I'm also a Playboy model. Is Playboy a thing? By the way, who's buying Playboy magazines? Who's buying any magazines anymore? Playboy model. Like that adds some kind of, validity to her standing. Yeah, give me a break, lady. You're a prawn model. You're a hooker. That's it. Now that I'm achieving different things, I think it either intimidates. Oh, here we go with the feminist copium. I think it intimidates others or makes them feel insecure about decisions that they've made. It almost sounds like you're saying they're jealous or envious. They only wish they could make $500,000 a year doing prano. Wow. Honey, I'm surprised you haven't overdosed on all this copium. Cheek added, they take that out on me, not knowing that they're taking that out on my kids. Oh, lady, this isn't good for anybody. Okay? Acting in this manner, being this promiscuous and this openly sexual. I mean, you think this is just some kind of social conditioning? There's a reason that women shouldn't act this way. When they get too promiscuous, like you, that sends the message to a lot of men that we can just easily get sex with women without having to commit. Well, guess what? That's the kind of epidemic we're going through right now. Only women have become so hypergamous and picky, they're all chasing the top 5% of dudes, and the other 95% are left out in the freaking cold. And they're so thirsty that they're paying you, a mother of 4, to spread your cheeks for them. You're part of the problem. And deep down at a biological, instinctual level, people know it. And that's why they're coming after you and your kids, because this is bad for society, bad for culture, bad for everybody, including you. Though you clearly don't see that because you're blinded by all the cashola. Sarah and her husband, Matt, simp, have 4 children ranging from 3 to 11. That's why you don't do Only Freaks, okay? Dealing with such incidences which you started involving their children has been challenging. I love how she blames this other 2 parents. They're exercising free speech. Meanwhile, you attacked these people for saying something you didn't like. And you're like, oh, I did what any mom would have done. I started a fight over some words. Yeah. Oh, you're entitled. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's involving my children, and it's been challenging for the Cheek family. Yeah, I'm sure it has. You're such a victim. Yeah, self-created. Having things happen to our children has been really hard because we're parents, and to see them get affected, it's probably the most heartbreaking thing anybody can experience. She said, "What? But you're the one affecting them." No, they feel no shame for knowing their mommy spreads her cheeks to total strangers and devalues herself for cash. Even though I'm teaching them the message that women are objects, which I'm clearly against men thinking as I sell myself for cash. That's great. Oh, yeah, she's hippie. She's chunky. What are you guys doing? Paying this chick $500,000 a year? I guess there's some guys out there with like MILF fetishes. They like mommies. They like bros that are decent looking that have had kids. She's not bad looking, but I would rate her maybe a 6 or a 7, all dolled up with all the makeup in the world on and the best lighting and camera angles. But without makeup, she's maybe a 6. With makeup, right camera angles, a 7. And depending on your tastes, for me, she's like a 5. She's carrying a little too much junk in the trunk for me. But anyway, yeah. In February, Cheek revealed her 7-year-old son was suspended from school after staff and parents found out about her risque job. Oh, no, bull. BS. More BS. He probably got into a fight or something. People don't get suspended from school because their mom does prawn. Cheek said she was forced to briefly homeschool her son because he received a suspension after gossiping parents outed her for making money on Only Freaks. Nah, he got into an altercation, probably. Something he learned from you. The mom before told the Star she was humiliated by the school's treatment of her son. Yeah. If only you were humiliated that you do prawn. My son was suspended from school, and in trying to communicate with the principal, she refused to talk to me or even give a reason as to why he was being treated badly. There's more to that story, too. You know there's more to that story. Okay? Because I did Only Freakolas, Cheek said at the time. Having your rights as a mother, a good one at that. Oh, wait. In what universe are you a good mom? You do Only Freakolas content. You show your bumhole for cash to total strangers. You're essentially a sex worker. You swallowed the Kool-Aid that your gender studies teacher taught you, telling you that it's okay to, sex work is just, it's real work, Yeah, you convinced yourself that you have a real job, a self-standing job, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. And now you've convinced yourself that you're a good mother. I'm a good mother at that. You know, I see this a lot. Women these days don't want to be held accountable. In fact, it seems like the whole younger generation, women and men, they don't want to be held accountable for their bad decisions. Take out $200,000-$300,000 in student loan to get a useless degree. Not my fault. I should be able to make a living off of this garbage, this gender studies, this social studies, whatever garbage degree I got that doesn't produce anything of value. No, I should be able to make a living. But I can't. But that's not my fault. That's culture's fault. That's people's fault. That's other people's fault for not recognizing the value that I bring to the table with this useless degree that can produce nothing of value. Nobody takes accountability anymore. Sarah said her job is no different, see, I called it, from celebrities. Yeah, well, it is if those celebrities are not doing prawn. Who film sex scenes. You're right about that. It is no different, and those people get shamed and ridiculed as well. Only they're smart enough not to do this stuff when they have kids and a husband, or they never get kids and a husband because these kind of activities so damage them mentally that they can never form a strong, long-term bond or have kids. Or appear in movies topless. Let's not equate topless with shoving foreign objects into your bumhole, okay? I think that's a false equivalency, and the school's reaction to her private life is unjust and awful. I love how this switches to the writer of this article giving their opinion, that it's unjust. Yeah, you go, girl, you slay queen. You keep doing the very thing that is causing you and your children harm. Oh, yeah. After a short stint of homeschooling her son, she enrolled him at a nearby public school where he is making honor roll. Yeah, until they find out that his mom does Only Freaks. Before the suspension, Sarah says she was also banned from her kids' football organization. Would you start a fight there, too? And unable to take them to practice, attend games, or communicate with coaches. This is BS! There's no sporting organization, private or public, whatever, that is going to ban a kid because their mom does prawn. They will get sued for discrimination and they will lose. That cannot be the determining factor for banning someone from sporting events. especially if it's connected to a school. But either way, public or private, you can't ban people for that kind of thing. And based upon the misleading title of this article and the way that they tried to scapegoat for this woman, and they tried to present her as the victim and falsely claim that she had gotten banned, her son had gotten banned from hockey just because she did prawn, when the truth of the matter is he got banned because she got into a fight with some other parents. I don't believe this either. I bet she started a fight at that football game too. They erased me from my kids' lives. What are you talking about? You don't live there anymore? Your kids don't live with you? What are you talking about? I love this. The drama queen. And humiliated me. No, you humiliated yourself. Showing the whole world stuff that only your husband should see. By the way, your husband, what a laughingstock he must be. If he's not a laughingstock, he should be. Your husband should be ridiculed. He should be called out in public constantly for the simp that he is for allowing you to do this. How else are we going to get people like you in line and get you to stop degenerating and destroying Western culture, but to stigmatize your actions, which is, by the way, why they try to destigmatize. Oh, stigma's evil. No. They think these lefty type people, these liberal type people that believe anything should go unless it's a conservative mindset and view of the world. Yeah, they love this destigmatization, but only if it's the destigmatization of the things they do. If you're a conservative, you need to be stigmatized for thinking you can impose upon me your beliefs that what I'm doing is bad. Meanwhile, they turn around and do the same thing to you. Yeah, bunch of hypocrites. Oh, yeah, I've been humiliated for what I did in private. What? I'm selling pictures of shoving foreign objects into my bumhole, and I'm selling them to the public in private. So I shouldn't be stigmatized, because it's private for the whole world to see. Oh, this chick ain't gonna win any prizes in logical thinking, yo. So there you go. There you go. More copium from another one of these, what in my opinion is a mediocre looking broad, making bank on only freaks, no waist to speak of, chunky monkey to the extreme, 2 inches of pancake makeup on her face, with a simpy-doo husband, wearing all this denim, trying to look manly. Meanwhile, he's got a dad bod to the max, and he's letting his wife do prawn. And she's got 4 kids. And you fools are paying for this. So there you go. There you go. So let me know what you think of my take in the comment section. Is it women like this and women in general who have, for the most part, advanced the degeneration of Western culture into hedonism and the pleasure of the moment and the pleasures of the flesh and indulging one's appetites and short-term pleasures instead of seeking meaning in one's life? Or am I way off base? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. It's good for the algorithm. And don't forget to check me out on Alt Tech. You'll see 2 addresses at the top of the screen. I'm the realist philosopher on both those platforms. Follow me on them as well. Anyhow, I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.